Robots with artificial intelligence are helping to recycle more and send less to landfills.
And Kristen Allen joining us live outside Tri-County Recycling in Appleton this morning to explain how this works.
Good morning. Yeah, this building here behind me is Tri-County Recycling. Recyclable materials from Winnebago, Brown, and Outagamie counties come here. From here, they are sorted and then sent to manufacturers to be repurposed. And these new AI robots are helping to do some of that sorting and also take some of the burden off some of the workers here. Take a look and you can see exactly how they work. Each robot picks up something different from conveyor belts inside. One gets laundry jugs, another gets milk jugs, and the third one picks up items employees have missed, such as aluminum or plastics. They have a big impact when staffing levels may be lower, plus they can supplement staff and pick up any items that are missed.
One robot basically can occupy a spot for one person, and when we put the robots in, we were at about 60% staffing levels, so they were designed to actually replace somebody who's picking material off of our container line. More specifically, they actually do a better job of actually picking out things.
And even when they are at full staffing levels, the robots really help to supplement things, picking up even more recyclable items off the lines there, and that means keeping even more material out of the landfills. Reporting live in Appleton, Kristen Allen, Action 2 News.